Welcome. Your life is happening right now. And that is the message I'm here to talk to you about. I had this download come to me last night on my walk. I want to share it with you. And I feel like the downloads that come to me when I get in conversation with people, with clients, with friends, with people who are building something bigger than themselves, I know that those downloads are not just for me because I get responses from people that they're actually really applicable to them as well. So if you're new here, I'm Sheila. I'm a self-care strategist, creator of the self-care app called Seasons, the self-care app. And I'm also host of the Connect with Sheila Botelho podcast. I love helping people reconnect to their purpose, elevate their well-being, and build their version of a happy, successful life. And that little piece there, their version, your version, that's the most important part because your life is happening right now. What does success look like to you? I am so thrilled to be out here sitting under my trees that I'll have to share a picture after this of what they're looking like as the leaves are coming in. It's so beautiful. And wherever you are, I hope you're feeling supported. I hope you're finding a way to get out in nature and to recalibrate with truly what is happening on the inside for you. And one of those things, when you think about what is going on in your life and how your life is happening right now, what comes up for you when I say that? The reason why I wanted to have this conversation was really talking about how we have these big dreams. And we somehow delude ourselves into thinking that they're just going to magically happen one day, that the time will just open up, that everything will just fall into place and it'll be great, someday when we have more time, when we feel more aligned, when we feel like we've got our stuff together. And really, does that ever really happen? Like, let's think about it. Anything that has been amazing in your life, anything that you've achieved, has it just happened? Okay, now, I have said in the past, you may have heard me say this, and I will say it again, often my best ideas come when I least expect them, and the opportunities come when I least expect them. They just kind of feel like they fall in my lap. However, it's still up to me to step into them, to take action on them, to actually do something about them. Something as simple as like saying yes to an opportunity or an invitation. I still need to respond, right? And so for you, what does that look like? Those things that you really, really want to have happen and you just know in your knower, like, I just know this is for me. I know this is what I'm meant to be doing. But you may not be stepping into it because there's all of these other things that are taking your time where, very important things, very often priorities, your current work, the business that you've committed to do already, the clients you've committed to serve already. Like, how can you possibly shift things? But here's a beautiful word, and it's one that so many of us learned in the last few years when the world shifted how we all did business in 2020, and that is pivot. Pivot is a very, very interesting word because it's actually not so traumatizing as making a complete total shift and stopping and starting again. Pivot means to change direction, and it can be a slight pivot. It can be just a slight shift. It can be a massive pivot. It can be a massive shift if you choose. But the word pivot I love because it's kind of like what we can do, like even in our bodies. It's just like a simple movement, a simple motion. And so while you may think there's no way that I have time right now to actually step into this work I'm meant to be doing or this vision for my life I'm meant to have, that's meant for some time down the line, down the road. I just want to remind you that, we certainly are not guaranteed tomorrow. And I'm not trying to be morbid when I say that. I'm just being realistic. And if you followed my story at all, you've known that there's been many things, and I'm sure you've experienced this in your own life too, or if not personally, you've witnessed it in people's lives who you care about. Sometimes life just happens out of the blue, and good things can happen out of the blue, but also really traumatizing, tragic things can happen out of the blue. Losing people you love, sudden health issues, things like that slow you down from the thing you were meant to be doing. And one thing I will say is anytime I've had conversations with people who found themselves in that situation, the question they always ask is, why did I wait? Like, what was I waiting for? I was waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. And fortunately, many of those people have been able to say, hey, I'm back. I can now change and actually make different decisions now. Like they've been able to heal, that they've been able to move through to do the things that were on their heart to do. But sometimes that's not the case. And again, I've seen that, and it's happened very close to home for me. And even so, okay, raising my hand here, knowing what I know and having experienced what I've experienced, I too have had great ideas that I've put off and had this idea that, oh, well, someday, yeah, it's just not the right time right now. And there are some things, maybe it is just not the right time right now. Like an example for you is when I had my children, and I really wanted to be very present with them. And so I put business on the back burner to an extent, and I just really focused in on them and spending that time with them. And I actually ended up home educating them all the way through to high school. And those are years I'm so grateful for. Now, that was only able to happen because my husband and I really set up our life in such a way that supported that. And that was by putting ourselves in different rooms and getting uncomfortable and trying new things so that we could create the type of lifestyle and income that would give us some more freedom and flexibility. And that also served us really well when, for instance, when my sister was ill, when my mom came to live with us, when my dad passed away, like all of these different things. I had more freedom because of planning something ahead of time, like planning out having some freedom. And then all of those things happened, and then I came through home educating my boys, and I dove into my work and taking things to a different level and getting into different rooms and bigger rooms and, shifting, pivoting a bit what my work was from just wellness to self-care, and then just self-care to self-care for business, and working with groups instead of just individuals. And, combining the two. And still, there are projects that have been up here in my mind that seem too big, or that I feel like I'm not ready for, that I realize, well, really, what am I waiting for? Am I ever going to be ready? Really? Are we ever really ready? So think about it in your own life. What are those things? What are those things, as I like to say, that are tapping you on the shoulder, that keep tapping you on the shoulder? They're not just some random thing that's a passing fancy. They're really for you. What are those things? And is today the time for you to actually put the effort into exploring what would life look like if you actually took a step? And right now we live in a very interesting time. You don't have to just rely on yourself and your own brain in order to make these decisions. You can get with people who maybe are further ahead of you, people in different industries even, who have different insights, that can cast some inspiration and possibility on you about what's possible. That's something that is at the heart of what I seek to experience and provide for people to experience in the Seasons Collective. It's a collective. It's a place where, we can all share our ideas and support each other and champion each other along in a different realm of life and business, testing ideas, getting feedback, not needing to wait years, but be able to actually implement and get feedback as we go, even while you're serving your own clients. It's something I'm really, really grateful to be able to do with some of my clients right now, is help them create something that they can envision and deliver while it's in the iterative phase. It's not completely solidified, but they're working it out as they go with live humans, and they're growing their business as they do it. There's something so beautiful about that. It's very regenerative. It's very, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a beautiful, I think it's a finch. Are finches yellow? Oh, so pretty. Huh. Anyway, that's the danger of being outside when you're going live, is you see all these beautiful things around you. So what is it for you, right? Like, there are these different ways that people can cast a vision with you and champion your vision to help you bring it to fruition. And so if this is you, if you're wanting to get more insight into how to move your vision forward, if you're wanting the accountability to remind you of that dream that is yours, if you're wanting to actually take steps to bring it to life, but not do it alone, then comment the word seasons in this post, and I'll send you some information about something that's going to be opening up soon that can help give you a foundation to springboard off of into this vision for your life. And I would love to know if this resonates for you. Please share in the comments, type in a heart if you feel like this is something that has spoken to you. And you can also DM me as well for details. So DM or comment the word seasons and I'll get you some information about what's coming. This next few weeks is going to be really foundational for the people I'm working with in the Seasons Connect world, because we're launching some new ways that we can help you move forward and stop waiting. Because life is meant to be lived now. You can live and enjoy your life while you're creating your big, bold business dream or whatever type of vision for your life you have in mind. You don't have to wait. And guess what? It doesn't have to be perfect. You can put your excellence into everything that you do, and you can trust that you are in the right place and you are right on time. So thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoy some nature wherever you are and have a beautiful rest of your week. Big blessings.